Good morning from my back porch. It is morning when I am recording this, maybe not morning when you're seeing this, but today I want to take you on a little update tour of my yard. Everything is blooming and things are going crazy. It is July, so I have some updates and I want to start in the front yard. I want to go over everything. I want to show you my espalier and show you how that's doing. And then I have a magnificent surprise. It is already, I think it's probably 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it is already so hot. So I am going to be spending the day inside today. We had the craziest garden haul. I'm going to show you a picture of that right quick. Last night from our garden, and so I'm gonna have to make sauces, can, and make some pickles today. So not necessarily what I had on the plan for today, but that's okay. So first I wanted to get outside and I wanted to show you around a bit and just bring you up to date. I know I said we're gonna do the front porch, or the front yard, but I want to show you my back porch. Because it's really pretty right now and it's a great time of day. I am enjoying my iced coffee. Does anybody else love iced coffee? I do. And I have it in my football cup. Let me turn it around so you can see this. Is that not cute? It's a football cup. In our house, football is life. My husband is a head football coach for a high school here in North Carolina, and so that's starting very soon. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my iced coffee while we take a little walk. Let's start out on this back porch really quick and let me show you around. Let me show you what all's going on back here. And I'm so glad you're with me today. I'm excited to have this tour with you. All right, let's start with this crazy idea I had to create a sort of a screen, but not like a wall that you can't see through. I just wanted something natural. And so I saw this at a garden center, Logan's in Raleigh, and it was super expensive. It was like $1,500, not just for the trellis, but for the plant and the trellis. And it was a really, really, really nice trellis. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try and recreate this out of bamboo. And so I did for $30. In all fairness, a couple of the bamboo stakes were given to me by my friend Cindy Dudley. She had some of her trees staked up, and then the rest I bought. And so I am in love. I am in love with this whole situation. Normally right now it is so hot out on this porch. I sit out here all the time, have my coffee. This becomes my outdoor office when I can't sit inside anymore. I just love, love, love this porch. This is the most lived in place in our house. And so I put purple hyacinth bean and moonflower. And I want you to look at how much shade it's actually providing right now. Normally, like I said, this would be in full sun, these chairs. And so right now it is just not. And I love that. So I'm going to show you a picture really quick of the moonflower. They open up in the evening and then shut during the day. So here's one that was open last night. And then if you followed along when I created this, I had a camellia right here, great big camellia. And I had a vision of what it was going to look like. And then the more these vines grew in, the more I liked the look of a vine and the less I liked the camellia. So I dug out the camellia, did a video on that, and I replanted. I had started some purple hyacinth bean seeds here. And so look how great this looks. Anyway, I am thrilled with the way this has come together. It is a little bit of a maintenance where I have to train the vines, but I don't mind at all. They're so worth it. All right, and then we have our lantana that the butterflies and the bees are all over. We can make this sweet lady the star of the show. We have hummingbirds at any given time. I put out my hummingbird feeder. Need to get a nicer one, but for now it's doing the trick. We had a family of birds that lived in my hibiscus, and you know, they finally evacuated the premises. My dogs kept trying to eat the birds, so I had to like barricade this completely. So I'm excited to be able to see this hibiscus. I had cut this down to the ground and thought I had killed it over the winter. I tried to save it in my greenhouse and it just, you know, it struggled, but look, it's coming back. The shamrock is looking fantastic. You know, with these, you have to come in and you just pop the spent leaves off. You don't have to pull the whole thing off, just the bloom like that. And they rebloom every day. Look at that beauty. Okay, moving right along to these. They're just a geranium and a little planter that Finley made at her 4-H club that has stood the test of time. I've got my fountain that desperately needs some attention, so that's going to be a project this week. And another beautiful geranium. We have our proven winners, million bells. I call them million bells. That's not the name. Superbells, red. Look at how beautiful they have filled in. These are 3 plants and they look magnificent. My dahlias, these are yellow and burgundy. And then I don't even know what these are. They're a succulent of some type and they are just phenomenal. I can't remember the name of them. Anyway, let's go out on the front porch and look. We're walking through the house. I thought I'd show you a glimpse of the unripened tomatoes from one day's pick. And then we just picked a ton of additional tomatoes yesterday. I've got tomatoes coming out of my ears. Look at the basket of cherry tomatoes in a sand bucket. These are going to be a spaghetti sauce today. I am going to be cooking tomatoes till the cows come home. All right, let's go outside. This is probably the wrong time of day to do this video, but wanted to capture it. So here's the espalier. I did Carolina jasmine. I did a video on it. If you didn't see, feel free to go back and take a look. My planter boxes, I am going to have to increase the size. It was all I could find, and I wanted to go ahead and get this project going. So do any of you do that, where you just want to get started, so you just do the best you can real quick? That's what I did. And I've got one little diamond that has actually, it's already completed and moving on up. The second one is here. These are super full on the bottom. Sorry for my shadow. Super full on the bottom. And then just sort of working their way up. So here's something I wanted to show you. On my front porch, I created these planters, and I'll show you a picture now of what they looked like when I planted them. They are so out of control that I am actually going to take them off the front porch, and I am going to leave them, put them on the back patio. As I was just editing the video to post, I wanted to show you an update. Look how much since that video that I shot maybe 4 days ago has grown. I now have diamonds closing up, and I wanted to also show you, I did take the planters off the front porch, and I think it just gives so much attention to this area. So I'm really, really happy that I did that. So let me give you a little update. This one is close to closing. So is this one. It's just looking really, really good. I'm gonna have to get a step ladder. I'm not real sure how I'm gonna accomplish this once it gets much taller. So yay. Is the front right facing bed. And while we were in Florida, my daughter watched the house and kept the dogs. She stayed here, and she said there was a massive, massive snake that she saw go in here. My husband was gonna prune the shrubs down We have another set of shrubs behind here. I have talked about this. This is the wrong plant for this location. However, I am not willing to dig them out. I like them. This winter, we're going to do a fun project called rejuvenative pruning, where you take the plant back no more than a third. So we're going to take the plant down a ton, and then you just sort of give it life and rejuvenate the plant. And so I have loropetalum here. My hydrangeas have come out. I always say I'm going to rip these out, but then I never do, and they're just gorgeous. But you can't see through this big weed. Look at that color. Isn't that so pretty? I did the supertunia jazzberry across the front, but I have a little bunny that also has lived in this bed, and the hydrangeas have sort of crowded it out. So a little pop of color, but not as great as I would have wanted it to be. So this is sort of an overgrown hot mess, but I'm cool with that for right now because there's a snake in there, and Can we just take a moment and appreciate this hydrangea? This is the little lime hydrangea. This is supposed to be dwarf. It is now 5 feet tall. I redid this bed and thought I was doing something that I was going to love. Don't love it at all. So you can see I had 2 additional roses in here, and can you imagine how crowded it was? Now, do you see why I didn't want to rip out the hydrangeas and the roses? Those together, it's so magnificent. This center piece, I planted a hydrangea, and then I pulled out the one from the front porch. The back porch, and I replanted it here because the one that was here was struggling to get big, and that one that was on the back porch was doing really well, so I just put that there. I put some pentas in the front and some coral bells, and they are not looking so good. So I just don't know. That center section, I just don't know. Sort of kind of thinking about just putting, I don't know. In the winter, this bed is very drab. Obviously, the hydrangeas go away. So I'm sort of kind of thinking about what to do there. But that's going to be for another video, a continuation of landscape design. But I want you to see the beauty. Look at this. The butterflies love them too. Look. So here's a closer look. I had some proven winners. There's some proven winners, pentas. They just have not done well. This is usually such a great location. I usually get the red. This is the first time I've gotten these pink, and I just don't love them. I don't love them this year. So looking forward to this being over. There's my camellia. It's doing okay, just maybe not, I don't know. Heuchera, I'm gonna pull these out and replant them somewhere else. And so that's this bed. It's very, very overgrown. Very, very beautiful. Not something I would change right now. My roses. And then here, I still want to rip out the walkway. We had to do some changes, and so I didn't end up doing mulch. We were trying to make the decision, so we're going to do that probably soon. I'm not sure. Anyway, we have more of the supertunia vista, and this is the jazzberry. Love it. I have one more Carolina jasmine. I think I'm going to do Carolina jasmine on my my trellis on the back porch that I just showed you. But I have a clematis that I bought. This is looking really, really good. And then I'm so impatient. I'm an impatient gardener. I put the supertunia vista in. They weren't filling in fast enough, so I went and got some annuals. And normally here in central North Carolina, zone 7B, petunias don't do very well. Our temperatures are hot, but the humidity, they just don't handle the humidity. And so I have been so impressed with these supertunia vista jazzberry because they have maintained their look. Here's a little patch of dieback in here, but we also have bunnies. I don't know if bunnies are coming in and chewing on them a little bit. I don't know. But look at the difference between the annuals and what I bought. I'm so excited. I love it. Okay, so we have our ailing purple leaf plum. That is beautiful, that color contrast. I'm gonna go up on the road and show you the contrast between the plum, the chartreuse color. It's just beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our apple tree. It is fully loaded with apples. They are getting bigger by the day. My husband comes out here about 5 times a day and eats apples. And look at it. They're loaded. So we'll be making some apple things, apple pie, that sort of thing. Love it. I don't know what kind of apple it is. I need to look that up. I wrote it in my garden journal. And then this bed is a bed that I share with my neighbor. He has his roses on the back side. And then these are actual limelight hydrangeas. These are the full size. Those are mine, and then forward is mine. I really wanted to fill this in sort of to give a little bit of a screen, but also to give a nice pop of color, because this is the main drive through our neighborhood from the main road. You come down here and this is the view that you have. So we have a hot pink rose, and then my husband's mother passed away, so we did a memorial rose for her and a memorial rose for my father beside hers. And then, like I said, we have the limelight hydrangea. I have a viburnum here, and then oak leaf hydrangeas all in the back. And they are doing really, really well. They're super crowded. This wood line, you know, it grows in, which I'm cool with. I just pulled this out. This is my camellia that was on the front area that I'd cleaned out, and so I have to replant that. I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow. And then we have a dogwood that I know you can't see. So let's go take a look from the street. So here are my lilacs. This is what they look like the majority of the year. When they aren't in bloom, they just sort of look, this is why I wanted to pull them out. This is what they look like. But if you go back and look at my video of the lilacs in bloom, I have babied these now. Yeah, I just love it. So we're gonna put a little wall around this bed and make it a little nicer. So that's gonna be an upcoming project in the fall. But would you look at this? Gorgeous. See the plum color contrast? I just love it. Okay, so that's about all for this video. I have so many upcoming videos for you, and I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in learning more about landscape design, feel free to check out my website, thesoutherndaisy.com. I would love for you to come over and join me for daily tips and tricks and videos and photos and all that sort of thing on my Instagram, The Southern Daisy LLC. I also have a private Facebook group that I would love to have you join. That's The Southern Daisy. I thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have enjoyed seeing all of the things that summertime brings in the landscape. It's ever changing and always evolving, and I think that's the beauty of gardening, of landscaping, and of designing. You can always change it. Plants are adaptable and versatile, and if you don't like something, hey, you can pop it out and replant it. Just make sure you have the light requirements, the water requirements, and the zone requirements for your location. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you in another video. I hope you have a chance to go out and get your hands dirty, and have a great, great day. Take care.